Lecturer, SCERT, Karan Gupta, Bhargavi Bora, Murad Ahmed, Debashish Roy, Abhigyan Fukan, welcome, and we are grateful at your presence. We are delighted that except Sir Parthajeet, all our youth leaders and their statements are worth hearing. I also welcome all the members of INY to this event. This day reminds us of our freedom struggles and how the great freedom fighters of our country sacrificed their lives to get us the Purn Swaraj. It's because of their struggle that we are here living in a democratic country where each citizen has the right to freedom.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone. Please have your seats.
So now I welcome Dhirajit Hazarika to address the session.
Okay. Thank you, Projector.
Dhirajit, your voice isn't audible.
I'm sorry. Off yourself. Okay. So hello, everyone, and welcome to this special session of 26th January 2021. So at the very outset, I won't say many things. I've just contained myself to a few limits of words. Today is a day of national importance, and today is a day, and the history is very well known to all of us. And on this day, INY had initiated a particular event, and this event is very. I think this event is very important. This event is very worth to be done. We are discussing on a very sensitive issue. We're discussing on a very sensitive issue, and the issue is that whether the frequency at which the youths are at present, the frequency in which the youths are at present, trying to get engaged in all sorts of protests and all, is that really worthy of use, or is that really harmful, or is that not harmful? So we'll be dealing on that particular issue. And to talk about this issue, we have with us Sir Parthajeet Bora from SCERT. He's a lecturer over there. We have our youth leaders, and we have our students, and we have the members. So with this, I wind up and just one that each and everyone can give their own perception. If each and everyone can have their own viewpoints, and finally we can conclude at a particular thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhirajit. Now I welcome Sir Parthajeet Bora to make his speech on the topic of discussion today.
So probably he got disconnected again. So we can start with Bhargavi Bora. Okay, they two got disconnected.
Okay, yeah, okay. Sure. So now I welcome Bhargavi Bora to make her speech on the topic of discussion today.
নমস্কাৰ, মোৰ নাম শ্ৰী ভাৰ্গৱী বৰা। মই নগাঁও কলেজৰ পঞ্চম ষাণ্মাসিকৰ ছাত্ৰী হয়। আজি যিহেতু টপিকটো আছিলে যে আমি যোনখিনি ইউথ হওঁ, ইউথখিনিয়ে আমি পুৰা যোনটো প্ৰটেষ্টৰ ওপৰত আমি বেছিকৈ কিয় গুৰুত্ব দিয়া হৈছোঁ। আমি যদি ইউথখিনিয়ে প্ৰটেষ্টৰ ওপৰত গুৰুত্ব নিদি পেলাই আমি সেই যোনটো আমি ৰাস্তাত আহি যদি আমি আন্দোলনটো নকৰি পেলাই আমি যদি কোনোবা বাতৰি কাকতত লিখি বা টক শ্ব' কৰি পেলাই যদি আমাৰ যোনটো অসুবিধা হৈছে সেই অসুবিধা কথাখিনি যদি আমি ব্যক্ত কৰো তেতিয়াও ভাবো যে আমাৰ যোনটো মানে যোনটো সমস্যাৰ কাৰণে আমি আন্দোলনটো কৰিছো সেই সমস্যাটো আমি সমাধান কৰিব পাৰিম বুলি মোৰ মতে মই ভাবো
So thank you, Bhargavi Bora.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so you're present. Okay, so
Actually,
now I welcome.
okay,
Yes.
welcome. Yes, no, ঠিক আছে নহয় actually আমাৰ members খিনি কি হ'ল connectivity issue আহি আছে.
Acha.
So yeah, we can start with Abhigyan again.
Okay. So now I welcome Abhigyan Phukan to make his speech on the topic of discussion today.
Abhigyan, are you audible? Am I audible to you, Abhigyan? Conclude at a particular thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhirajit. Now I welcome Sir Parthajit Bora to make his speech on the topic of discussion today.
So probably he got disconnected again. So we can start with Bhargavi Bora. Okay, they two got disconnected.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
sure. So now I welcome Bhargavi Bora to make her speech on the topic of discussion today.
নমস্কাৰ মোৰ নাম শ্ৰী ভাৰ্গৱী বৰা মই নগাঁও কলেজৰ পঞ্চম ষাণ্মাসিকৰ ছাত্ৰী হয় আজি যেহেতু টপিকটো আছিলে যে আমি যোনটো ইউথখিনিয়ে আমি যোনটো প্ৰটেষ্টৰ ওপৰত আমি বেছিকৈ কিয় গুৰুত্ব দিয়া হৈছো আমি যদি ইউথখিনিয়ে প্ৰটেষ্টৰ ওপৰত গুৰুত্ব নিদি পেলাই আমি সেই যোনটো আমি ৰাস্তাত আহি যদি আমি আন্দোলনটো নকৰি পেলাই আমি যদি কোনোবা বাতৰি কাকতত লিখি বা টক শ্ব' কৰি পেলাই যদি আমাৰ যোনটো অসুবিধা হৈছে সেই অসুবিধা কথাখিনি যদি আমি ব্যক্ত কৰো তেতিয়াও ভাবো যে আমাৰ যোনটো মানে যোনটো সমস্যাৰ কাৰণে আমি আন্দোলনটো কৰিছো সেই সমস্যাটো আমি সমাধান কৰিব পাৰিম বুলি মোৰ মতে মই ভাবো
No issues, sir.
All right, if I do not switch on my camera because you see it is not.
Yes, it's fine. You can continue.
Good evening, everyone. Respected dignitaries, Dhirajit, and all the other members of Integrated Network of Youths, Assam. So, first of all, I'd like to thank Dhirajit for giving me the opportunity to present something on a topic which is very prominent nowadays. And I think it is a matter of great importance, national importance. The topic which says basically engagement of students in protests nowadays is creating hindrance towards their career. So basically, as we all know that there are two sides of a coin. So I think if you ask me, then in this case as well, I believe there are two sides of a coin. Just for example, if you see, right from the very pre-independence era, parents were hesitant to send their children for various, protests and all those sorts of things, because during those times, the protests were at their peak because India was under British. And that, the tradition is continuing till today. That legacy is continuing till today. Whereas those kinds of, those kinds of ideologies were given by people like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru. So those people, they were like hesitant. They said that children, they should focus more on their studies. That, the Sanskrit verse which says, Chhatrayana Adhyayanam Tapa. Okay. So that was given more importance by those people, and people followed that. Okay. But on the other hand, if we look at Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he said that it is not only studies, which will create some kind of development, both mentally and physically for students. They should know how to protest. They should know how to ask for their rights. So on the other hand, if we see, there were contradictory views between Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he said that, yes, students, the youth, not children, the students and the youth, they should go for protests. That was during those time. And I think Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose during that time, he was right to a certain extent, because the scenario was like that. India was under British. India were deprived of many facilities. They were deprived in various national level exams. They were deprived in some kind of selections, be it for the Indian Army, be it for the Indian Navy, be it for the Indian Defense Forces or civil service or whatever. They were deprived. But at present, I don't think that is necessary. Why? Because the protests, the nature of protests that was there during those times and the nature of protest that is there now, both are completely different. Nowadays, what I see is the youth, maximum youth, okay, somewhat dedicated, but there are youths who go to protest just for fun. Okay, they do not have any interest, even they do not know what is the protest for, but they just go, like, just to show their yes, they have grown up, they are youth, and now they can participate in those kind of protests. That is just a kind of show off that they want to do. Even they do not know what is the reason for the protest. Okay, as a result of which it is creating hindrance towards their studies. They're keeping their back every time towards their studies. It is wasting their time, and I don't think protests are necessary. Like you see, every year students from Delhi, Bihar, Maharashtra, those states, they're clearing competitive exams like national level exams like UPSC and IIT, JEE, NEET, NEET. All those exams, maximum students are from outside the Northeast, I'd say. But if we look at Assam in general, very few. The number is very few. The number is very meager. There can be some reasons. The first reason is, yes, there's lack of the milieu that is there, or the ambience that is there for those kind of exams that is lacking here, right? Secondly, what I can see is the students who are from outside the state, they're more hardworking, they're more laborious, they're more dedicated, they're more passionate towards their aim and ambitions. But here they're like, okay, I will do it. The mentality is like that. Okay, I will do it tomorrow. I'll do it the day after. And that tomorrow and day after, it never comes at the end of the day. So I think the mentality needs to change. It is not protest which is going to change the system. Rather, I believe those protesters or those educated youths, instead of going for protests, they should educate themselves first. They should come to power first, and then they have they will get ample opportunities to bring certain changes in the system. Okay, which will give them, which will definitely be beneficial for the upcoming generations. So this is basically my, I'm not an experience, but yes, this is just my brief view towards the topic today. And if I get a chance, I'll speak more on this. So thank you so much for giving me the chance for the introduction.
You can continue, Vigyan. You can continue with your. Vigyan, yeah, you can.
Did you say something?
Yeah, I said you can continue. You can continue if you want.
Okay.
Okay, you can please continue.
So I was just speaking about various competitive exams. So yeah, the kind of protests that is going on nowadays, for every small thing, students are going on protests, students are going on rallies, they take up the streets. So I think that kind of protests are not necessary nowadays. What I think is, they should educate themselves first. They should focus more on what is their religion, what is their dharma, that is their studies. Okay, so this will help them to gain definitely knowledge as well as experience, and I believe experience is the best teacher. And if they come into power, if they come into that position, which if they come into the position, only then I believe they can bring certain changes in the system, like to which they're protesting now. They're protesting that the system is not good. They're protesting, they're focusing, they're bringing up various anomalies of the government. They're bringing up various anomalies of government bodies. But I believe till today, like you see, if we speak about recent protests, the farmers' protests, which is going on in New Delhi, in the national capital, there too you see it has not been able to influence. There are thousands, and like I think the number is in lakhs. I'm not sure about the exact number, but you see the number is in maybe like thousands and lakhs. The amount of farmers they're protesting, but I don't think they're able to influence the government to change their decision, right? So those experience, like I'd say, definitely they're not literate, but yes, they're highly experienced farmers. And you see the government is not giving any heed to those protests. So at the end of the day, what is the conclusion that I can give? Protests are not that effective. Protests are not that effective. Protests are not that effective as to educate yourself. If you educate yourselves well, if you have the knowledge, if you work properly, what is there with you, if you are satisfied with what you have, if you use the basic resources that you have, you educate yourself, you come into power, and then you can definitely do something great for the society. It is not always you need to blame the government for doing something good. It is you who can take the initiative. Nowadays, there are various NGOs, people are taking various private initiatives just to help the people. So I think just going and blaming the government, going on protests, these are just a waste of time and nothing else at present. For the youth, I'm just saying. I'm not speaking for the entire, for all the people. I'm just speaking for, like, on behalf of the youth, I can just say that, yes, it is not that necessary now. Okay. And like, it is not like, like India is under someone's rule. We are slaves. Okay. So those kinds of scenario has not come yet. We are ruled by our own people. Okay. We are being, we are being organized by our own people. So yes, we should be contented with what we have. India, like you see, Pakistan, every time the government fails there and there's presidential rule there. So at least we should be happy that, yes, we have a government. The government is successful enough in running the country properly. And I believe, yes, that is enough. And ultimately running a 125 crore country is not a very small thing. Okay. And year after year, the government is like Indian government. I must applaud that, yes, they are successful enough, at least, in maintaining the democracy of the nation, in maintaining secularism, sovereignty, all the important aspects that has been highlighted in the constitution. They have been 70% successful enough in maintaining that as of now. And so I believe, yes, we should at least applaud the government for that, rather than blaming for every small thing that we do. Okay. Like, even if a bridge is not constructed, we blame the government. Even if there are some bumps on the road, we blame the government. Okay, like, why to blame the government? Why can't we take the initiative, right? If we want to do something, if we want that society, we speak very big things like, right, yes, the government is, like, we criticize the government a lot as if we are in the government, we are some bureaucrats. Like, we criticize the government a lot. But I believe instead of criticizing the government, we ourselves should take the initiative. We ourselves should form some, form some organizations like INY, which they are doing a fantastic job now. So we should form some non-governmental organizations of that sort. We can discuss those, and we can, yes, the youth, I think they are the power of the nation. They have the power to bring a change in the nation. And I believe today's youth are more mature than ever before. They are more rational towards their approach, towards their decisions, towards the various approaches that they take. And I believe, yes, definitely the youth, if instead of giving more importance towards protests, if they can give more importance towards their studies, especially the ones from Assam, I think that will be much, much better. Now, you see, I'll just give you one example. Very few number of students, they go for NDA written entrance examination, you see. And I just got to know from some of my friends, he is studying in Hindu college, and their students, they have taken admission in prestigious institutions like the Hindu college, and still they are aiming for National Defense Academy. Like, they have the age, they can go for the written entrance exam once again. So you see, that is the dedication. That is their dedication towards the nation. That is their dedication towards their passion. They're studying in prestigious, they may be studying in prestigious institutions, but that is not their aim. Even after studying in institutions like Hindu College, they're after NDA. Okay, they want to follow their passion. So you see, that is the amount of dedication. Like, I believe we, even the students of Assam as well, if that kind of dedication is seen more towards the studies instead of protests and rallies and protibhads and all, I believe, yes, in the near future, maximum number of UPSC clearance will be from Assam. Maximum number of JEE Advanced, like our maximum students will be like Kunkhon IIT Pohi ase. Okay, nowadays people ask Kunkhon Engineering College Pohi ase. Maybe 10 to 12 years from now, if the scenario is like that, Kunkhon IIT Pohi ase. Okay, Kunkhon district or DC. Okay, that will be the scenario. Or Kuntu government organization of scientists hoy ase. Either it is in BARC or ISRO or whatever. Right. So I believe it is only through giving more importance towards the primary duty, a change can be brought, rather than focusing more on protests. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abhigyan.
So Abhigyan, like, yeah, whatever you said, I agree to it. But that kotha, like you said, protests are not required. I mean, you didn't say protests are not required. Because I just want to add one thing. Yes, protests at times is not particularly needed, but at certain times, I do believe that there are times when we require a protest to be held. There are certain times, because sometimes we have to stand up to all the injustices that are going on, right? So I think at that particular point of time, we at least require at least one voice from the students, right?
Can I add something, Dhiraji? The members, can I speak something now?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, Dhiraj, yeah, মই কোৱা নাই protest নালাগে, কিন্তু মই এটো কথা কৈছো মানে যে ultimately we cannot bring a change to the system, right? মানে what I have seen is there are so many protests that have gone by, but in order to bring a change to the system, I don't believe it is possible within a few numbers. The number needs to be huge, and that huge number, in order to bring such a huge number, I think it's not like it's not that easy. Okay, it's very tough. And azileke moi jiman protest wa dekhisu, like very few have been successful enough. Ultimately there are deals that are made. Okay, there are treaties that are done. Ultimately jitu reasoner karone protest hoy, hey, reason to it gets like nullified, null and void, right? So I believe mane eta protest kori change honatke eta protest kori change honato baru বহুত টান, কাৰণ আজিলৈকে মই দেখা নাই তেনেকে সিস্টেমক কি বুলি কয় এটাক কৰা বা সিস্টেমটো চেঞ্জ কৰিব বিচাৰে। কাৰণ ইণ্ডিয়ান ডেমক্ৰেচিটো কেনেকুৱা বস্তু, it is always the people who are on top, they are correct, but এই মাজৰ যিবিলাক bureaucrats and the people who are there on the below levels, like second, third and fourth levels, and fifth level is public, second, third and fourth level থকা মানুহবিলাক, so there are so many people engaged in that. So আমি যদি প্ৰত্যেকজন মানুহকো যদি ভাল কৰিব যাওঁ, it is not possible according to me. I'm not কোৱা নাই protest নালাগে, কিন্তু the amount of protest that is going on in Assam, প্ৰত্যেক দিনাখনে এটা protest, every second day there is a protest. So হিমানখিনি যদি protestতে লাগি থকা যায়, তেতিয়া নিজৰ প্ৰধান কামৰ প্ৰতি পিঠি দিয়া হয় বুলি মই ভাবো। মানে গতিকে সেইটোৱে কথা যে protest কৰাতকে change অনাতকে I believe যিবিলাক ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীয়ে মানে দেখিছে যে yes অন্যায় হৈছে, বা if they are not given proper rights, they can educate themselves well, কাৰণ এটোটো সময় নহয়, they are not in power, they cannot do anything. Okay, so just educate yourselves well, come in power, eta nijoke position at ana, and then you can bring lots of changes to the as many changes as you want. Even if you're the Prime Minister of India, you cannot change the system completely, but at least you can bring certain. So my head will come.
Okay, anyways, I think our network issue can anyways, we can wind up, but Let's wait for some time if sir can connect. He called me saying that he was unable to connect due to network issues. Anyways, okay, Abigail, let me add one more point over here. I was thinking of. If I just direct point out to the protests that are happening ongoing in Assam related to CAA. So, are you in favor or against of that? I'm not asking about the favor or against in terms of that particular bill or act. I mean, I'm asking in sense of the protest going on in CA or in favor of that.
In favor, like you're speaking about CAA, right? CAA.
Yeah, I'm not asking whether you are against or for the thing. I'm just asking whether you are for or against the protest that is going on in specific terms of CAA. Did you get my question? What I mean to say?
I'm not at all. I'm no. I'm not at all against the protest in this regard. But I believe it is like youth of participation to like students at least who are from around 16 to 20, 21 years of age. Okay, youth সেইখিনি like মানুহৰ participation অলপ কম হলে ভাল হয় কাৰণ মানুহটো বহুত আছে অসমত like people from 22 to 60 65 70 and so on and like 15 14 years of age তাতকে তলৰখিনি বাৰু নাযাওঁ they cannot go for protest আৰু যিবিলাক ধৰি লোৱা 16 to 21 years of age লৈকে যিবিলাক ল'ৰা ছোৱালী যিবিলাক youth আছে I don't think তেওঁলোকে protestত গ'লে they will be able to bring lots of changes okay কাৰণ নম্বৰটো ইমান ডাঙৰো নহয় তো ধৰি লোৱা যিবিলাক students like they are into studies okay they're into building their career I don't think that is much needed okay at times once or twice but যদি situation to বহুত severe হৈছে yes that is required okay কিন্তু youth of participation I don't think that is ইমান necessary হৈ যায় okay there are people experienced মানুহ আছে who are far more educated in this regard like we are born in 2001 right 2001 2000 so there are people who have seen Assam much more than us who are aware of Assam's environment, who are aware of Assam's history, like much more than us. So they are there. They are good enough to decide what is good for the state. They are good enough to decide they are aware of the history. So I think, yeah, we should leave the decision upon them. And ultimately, experience is the best teacher, as I always believe. So, every 21, 22 years, our youth would have participated for the elections, right? But that is not allowed. So I think yes, experience মানুহে কৰিব যি কৰিব লাগে youth participation ইমান নহলেও হয় I think that I am not against it but yes participation কমাই কৰিলে ভাল হয় সেইটোৱে
Okay, fine then. So, sir has already now. So we have sir again. So yes, sir. You are now free to give the address. Yes. Sir.
Okay. So at the very outset, I'm making extremely, inconvenience I'm feeling due to a network problem actually. Okay. Anyway, we have just come to the point. I have just heard about, I think, I don't know, I think the latest speaker, just I have heard. So, due to inconvenience, I have just come in the middle of your conversation. Anyway, but the topic that described first by Dhirajit Hazarika, so it's a very sensitive topic, sensitive content at that time actually. So as we know that our assembly, our legislative assembly election is very near, and the contribution and the role of students at this moment is very crucial, so just I want to bring some references to strengthen the content about the protest, about the significance of students' protest, whether it is important, whether it is essential or unnecessary. in the state politics. So mainly I'm taking the example of state politics. So yes, it is very important. From the prime angle, it is very important. Participation of students in decision making. Suppose you know that, so government is the epitome of power. First, they have superpower. They can rule the state, they can make the policies, schemes. I think education, literature, culture, each and every aspects is fully monitored and patronized and dominated by the government. So at this moment, students are the main source. Students are the main weapons for our society, whose voice, whose contribution can change the way of execution for the government. So therefore, students' contribution is required, but at the same time, parallelly, we will be committed, we will be responsible for their academic upliftment. So it should not go to the imbalancing mode. Suppose one student, when he is enrolled in a university, when he is enrolled in a institution, so it is his first duty to continue his education. But at the same time, so if you turn the pages of history of my state, Assam, 1985, and 2-3 years before 1985, 82, I think 80 to 85. So it was a very, a very unstable period of Assam, because during that time, Assam Accord was signed and communal harmony, communal rights were started at that moment. Assam Accord, communal right, and a completely disturbed moment for every Assamese. So in 1985, students during that moment left their schools, left their universities, left their colleges, left their institutions, only because of the agitation. So therefore, as we are committed for the state, as we have a voice, democratic voice, to raise our demands, to make the government warn against their antisocial activities, as long as we have enough, we should have enough responsibility to carry on our studies, to carry on our responsibilities. Therefore, 50%, I think 50% merits goes to the participation of students in the politics. I think protest, and 50%, I'm giving 50% advantage they should maintain for their academic edification. Therefore, it depends on the students. How can they, how can they go in a proper balancing way without any interruption of their academic achievement, without interruption their regular, studies and their further edification, and parallelly they should give their voice to the government also. But in the reference of our state, some things seems to be very different. As we know, since the complete establishment of our legislative administration. Since the first that that time it was called Prime Minister. Since the first CM Gopinath Bordoloi, since Gopinath Bordoloi to present Sarvanand Sonowal ji, if you minutely observe, maximum numbers of Assam Chief Minister belong to student community. They wholeheartedly engaged in All Assam Student Union, ASU, I'm talking about it. That means during their academic journey, they started to raise voice against the government. So maximum numbers of CM, maximum numbers of political leaders, in the present context, whom we call so-called politicians, some of the very high-profile political leaders, maybe national, maybe in the state. So maximum, I'm talking. So it may be a question whether student community, ASU, or other student organization is a platform to give them ABC of politics, to teach them ABC of politics. Is it mandatory to participate in student community for their future political career? So it may be a big question. Therefore, as a student, so protesting against the government, it doesn't mean that they have a leftist characteristic, they have a leftist temperament, so when the government is doing some good works, it is for the welfare of the people. Why we should raise, why we should scream, if they goes in the wrong way, it not only for the students, every people of the state should raise voice. So at this time, at that point, why should student be back by raising voice? So from that angle, students should raise their voice, but it should not be go in the destructive way. If student has to raise their voice, if they have the power, so suppose freedom of expression, freedom of speech, it's a fundamental rights we have, so article 12 to 35, it denotes us, fundamental rights, as we can express our voice. So why not students raise their voice against the inhuman activities, against the some atrocities presented by the government? But I'm saying very much truly that so protesting the government, it doesn't mean that we have a leftist view over the government. We should have a moderate view, we should have a democratic view over the government, and students should maintain this balance. So they should not protest as a way, as a style of protesting. Student, they are studying in a university, in a college, so they have a very young, energetic moment, energetic mindset that we must protest, whatever may be there. It doesn't mean like that. So protest to those schemes which are beyond the humanity, which are beyond the welfare of the state. So it should like that. And protesting doesn't mean that we are losing youth, we are losing student power. So everybody, there is a protest. Where is a protest? There is a reformation. Where is a reformation? There is a protest. So it doesn't mean that protesting means totally destruction of a student's career, student's academic achievement. It doesn't mean like that. So there should be an equal balance. Protestation should have been go to the right way, and students should think for the academic purpose, for the academic achievement. So in this way, we can, in a proper balancing way, we can go. And first, and not first, the last thing I want to say here is that, so my recommendation for the student is that, so I don't want to say them keep mum, keep silent, whatever be there, So it is not the duty of the student. So being a teacher, being a observer of the society, I want to recommend them that yes, whenever you feel that something going wrong inside the government, something going wrong with the politicians, we should raise our voice. It doesn't mean that we are going to the very inside of the politics. It means that yes, I'm an integral part of politics. It doesn't mean you are a conscious citizen, you are the future of the country. So it never harms you, even it strengthens your career. Okay, so whenever you feel the necessary of protest, yes, you can raise your voice very clearly. And whenever you feel that yes, it's the work of other people, it's the work of some social organization, some NGOs are there, they can handle it. Yes, we can handle it. Let us, present we have seen how all the people of Assam have against that CA and CA, Citizenship Amendment Act. So even we have a one rumor that our young stars are beyond our culture and tradition. They don't love Assam. They are staying outside the Assam. It means, but now it totally disapproves. Latest incident totally disapproves that no, 90% of our youths are totally engaged in the welfare of my state. They dream for the state of Assam. They love of our state. So you have been seen. So that tradition has been starting since Jyoti Prasad Agarwala, since Rabha era. So these era are the prime motives, are the prime inspiration that our new youngsters are taking inspiration. So you know that Jyoti Prasad Agarwal and Vishnu Prasad Rabha, they were the fighters since their students' life, So they were also good students. Bhupen Hazarika was also a fighter when he was studying in various institutions. I have gone through his books where I have discovered how he fight in the Banaras University also for small reasons. And these are the circumstances. So where is fight, there is modification. I believe strongly like that. So yes, so Dhirajit, just I have spoken whatever I feel regarding that special content, very sensitive content. Okay, then you just expand the content.
Yeah. Okay, so sir, I just have a question if you have time. So I think you have time, sir? No?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. I have time now.
Okay, sir. So now I just had a question. The recent protest of CA, which we have already spoken about. I just want to know, like, yes, I'm not asking whether you support the bill or you don't support the bill. My question is whether you support the students protesting for the bill or protesting against the bill.
Yes. Okay, so straightly, I'm just opposing this citizenship amendment bill. I'm straightforwardly opposing it. There is no way of accepting this bill. First straightforward answer is that. And second time is that, so I'm just bringing the reference. TA, they have just come out as, it is an air of agitation. With the help of this environment was created like that. That means, the Hindu Bangladeshi, what is called popularly known Hindu Bangladeshi. So it was mentioned in the bill. So that was the reason, the emergence of that vibrant agitation abruptly in the state, not in the state, in the country actually, but Assam witnessed much. So I'm strongly opposite, but thing is that I do believe on my CM, on the other politician of my state, even the prime minister also. I have a strong belief that they will not implement the bill, whatever written in the bill. It it may not be implemented in their reality. Actually, the bill was, I think, in the bill, whatever written, that is the official memento. There is no any reality of coming of lakhs of Bangladeshis and their permanent settlement. So that was true actually. But agitation was started in Assam in order to make the government warn that they should not dare to implement that type of bill. 50% people believe like that, but 50% doesn't know what is going on actually. It's a very humorous thing I want to share with you. One interview I have seen, one lady was being asked by a journalist, electronic media actually. So he asked to the lady that বাইদেউ আপুনি শুনিছেনে যে কিবা এটা বস্তু আহি আছে, কা আহি আছে, like that. Then lady replied, yes, I have heard that Ka is coming. I think within 2-3 days it will engross the state. She has known that Ka CAA is a thing, is a commodity, is an object, like that. So that is a example. What is the real picture prevalent in the villages or interior places? So somehow it is manipulated. Somehow it has been associated with the air of agitation. It is influenced by the air of agitation. Wave was created actually. But I do believe that, I have a sincere faith on the government, on the prime minister, that they would not do like that. Therefore, CAA things is different. Okay.
Okay, so thank you, sir. Avigyan, you want to add something or you want to ask something? I think, Avigyan, I think you can recognize, sir.
Your sound becomes very low. Hirajit.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, now audible.
Okay, am I audible now? So Avigyan, am I audible to you, Avigyan?
Yes. Nirajit, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. First of all, yeah, I definitely. Good evening, sir. First of all, like Parthajeet, I still remember. I was taught by him in class 11 in Ramanujan Junior College. I think he forgot, but yes, I do remember him.
Your video is still off. That is the problem. I can't recognize you, Avigyan.
Yes, sir. If I switch on my video, then sir, like my network is like a bit poor today. So if I switch on my video, then I'll not be able to stay in the meeting. So that is the problem.
But without switching on, I can't recognize you actually, but your voice seems to be known, but face I can't recognize.
So yes, first of all, yes, I definitely agree with sir in all the points that he has said. Even the things that I told, it was basically like relating to sir's points only. I said, students, they should not indulge much in protest. Nowadays, in Assam, the kind of protest that we see, for every small things, people take up the streets. So those kinds of like protests, I think if students indulge in those, I definitely think it is a waste of their valuable time. And yes, some sensitive issues which cannot be, solved by some mere discussions. I think, like, for example, if we take up the Assam Accord, well, I was not there during that time, but as far as I know, or whatever I have heard from my parents or my grandparents or from my seniors, I know those kinds of sensitive issues that needed protest. But if a bridge is not constructed properly, and if you go and take up the streets, I don't think that is a very reasoned solution to that. I think instead of going for the government, instead of blaming the government, we ourselves can take the initiative. So that is what I want to like conclude through the various points that I said. Like, yes, protests are necessary, but not for every small thing. Yes, ultimately, if we take up protest for every small thing, the sanctity of protests gets abated, I'd say.
So
yes.
anyways, thank you. So today we didn't plan to have a long discussion because of some time constraint, as well as it was not a pre-planned program. It was just a sudden event that came up to my mind. So I said, let us have a discussion on that. So I think because actually we are all busy in our all sort of assignments, tasks, exams, and also we didn't have that time also. Anyways, so whenever possible, we'll have a lot of discussion with a lot of guests, lot of people. I thank you, sir, for your kind presence over here, and even Prajakta,
Yes.
thank you, and we have Pankaj, thank you for being here. And sometime, someday, very soon, probably, we'll have a good discussion on very certain issues. So thank you, everyone. Good night, and once again, Happy Republic Day to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy Republic Day.